1.
Hey, I'm Soph from the Big Moon, and I'm going to do a tutorial on how to play Your Light for anyone that's staying safe at home right now that wants to learn some guitar. So the intro and the first verse are the same, and it's pretty much driving the whole song, which is kind of tiring on this guy, but you get used to it. You'll get used to it. So we start on the 7th fret on the E string, go down to the 3rd fret on the E string, and then the 5th fret on the 8th string, and you just drive around like this. And I sometimes then go to the 2nd fret on the A string instead of the 7th fret on the E string, because it's the same note but it just flows a bit more smoothly. So you go. Then the next bit is what I'm going to call the pre-chorus, which is now we just hang around, that bit, and I'll call out the fret numbers as I play it. So we start on the 3rd fret on the E string, and it's 3, 5, 7, 5, 5 on the A string, 3, 3, 5, 7, 10 on the A string, 9, 10. That leads us straight into the pre-chorus, which is the days like this bit, which you carry on driving on the 5th fret, 10, 5, 10, 5, 10, and open on the E string, and then we're into the chorus, the ah bit, and that's basically the same as the verse, but you play octaves this time. So it's the 7th fret on the E string and the 9th fret on the D string, down to the 3rd fret on the E string, 5th fret on the D string, and then up to the 10th fret on the E string, 12th fret on the D string. And you can play that straight rhythm again, but add in some chugga-chugs if you want. You don't have to, but it works. To the second verse. You can play what you played in the first verse if you like. You can do what you want. But I play this part live just to sort of lift it a little bit. Goes like this. That just round and round. And so that's 9, 7, 5. This is all on the A string. And then 7 on the E string. And then you also play the 5 on the E string. That just goes round and round, and then we get to the second pre-chorus, which is kind of the octave situation again. So it's sort of mute the other strings by resting your fingers lightly on them, so you can hit it as hard as you want. And that starts on the 10th fret on the A string and the 12th fret on the G string, to the 7th fret on the E string, 9th fret on the D string, then down to 5 and 7, 10 and 12, 3 and 5. Chug there as well if you want. And then we get to the pre-chorus, which again you can play what you played in the first one, but I play this sort of note ringy thing with a bunch of delay on it, and it's the 7th fret on the G string and the B string together, and then you play the open B string with the 7th fret on the high E, and then the 7th fret, the 5th fret on the high E. So you go back to the 7th frets, you just play that round for that section, and then we're back to the chorus pattern, the ah bit. Shrug if you want, don't if you don't. And that brings us to the breakdown, which is the I wanna speak, but I'm wondering how bit, and that's an E major, G major, D major. I think this is where Jules plays it, but you can play it wherever you want. You can play it open, doesn't really matter. And that goes round and round, so I guess it goes round twice, and then when Jules sings "But What You're Doing For Me," we come in with this guitar pattern. So you can continue the chords underneath it. When we yell, "I could do it for you," I mean, we yell it live, it's fun. But I mean, it happens on the record, maybe just a bit less yelly. We go E, G and D, those chords again, which you could keep doing for the rest of the song if you want. But it happens, I think, twice round. The synth part going. And then we go back to that riff. It plays like this. And that just goes to the end, with a bunch of distortion on, put some delays on if you want. It's just quite raucous, and there's that synth part above it as well, and Jules is doing some riff. It's all very raucous, so you know, don't worry if you like hit the D string and some extra strings in there, because it's just it's a lot of noise basically, and that's the whole song. You did it. I will play it through for you. Okay. So Fern does some SPD stuff, synthy stuff. We just wait. Have a bev. Tune your guitar. I've tuned. Okay. Ready? And live, we finish on these notes. Because the old fade out doesn't work so well on stage. Cheers. Hope you had fun. See ya.
BBC Radio 1.
If you enjoyed this, then please like and subscribe it and click the bell icon to keep up to date. For more great audio and video from the BBC, you can listen on the BBC Sounds app and watch on iPlayer.